Hello everybody, this is our Maldork, and today we're talking about Skylanders. Skylanders was a huge thing in the mid-2010s, so naturally, multiple years after the hype died down, I got very invested in the franchise. I bought hundreds of Skylanders, and it was basically the main thing I was collecting for a few years. So what if the Skylanders games aren't enough for you? You need more Skylanders. Well, lucky for you, there are Skylanders board games. Two of them that I have. The first game I have is Skylanders Island Quest.
This game came in a really nice tin. Inside we have 32 different Skylander cards, a lot of different tokens, and the board. The board is weird. It's split up into 6 different segments, and they can be arranged in something that resembles a square, but judging by the box, they want you to spread them out, similar to a Skylander level, with the islands every which way. But the square is just easier to maneuver around. Starting the game, each player picks a Skylander of each element, and then draws 2 of these giant element tokens. Then we have to pick a Skylander to play as. We can only choose to start as a Skylander of one of the element tokens we picked up. This is in place to show us that Pop Fizz is a privilege, not a right. I got the tech token, so I chose the best one. Now that formalities are out of the way, we can start the game. Every turn we roll this die, and I can confidently say that this is the worst die ever created. So this die has 6 sides, but only 3 sides allow us to move. So our Skylander cards have this gauge, and we can move it up and down to impact its attack power. It starts at stage 3, but rolling 2 up or 3 up on the die allows us to move it up. But we can't move on the board when we roll that. And then there's this chaos thing. When rolled, it ends your turn and move your attack gauge down 2 spaces. There's a 50% chance that you can't do anything on your turn, and it is infuriating. The goal of the game is to collect an elemental token of each type: fire, water, earth, air, life, undead, magic, and tech. Since you start with 2 big ones, we actually only have to collect 6 of these smaller ones. They can drop randomly from defeated enemies on the board, and these gate spaces as well. To defeat enemies, you walk up to them and roll the die. You also get a small power boost if the space you are currently standing on has your elemental symbol on it. If the die and your Skylander's attack power are greater than the enemy, then you defeated them. Yay. This really isn't fun at all. As you collect smaller element tokens, you unlock access to more of your Skylanders. You can swap freely between any Skylanders that you have collected the corresponding element token to, and to pass gates, you need to swap to the Skylander you have of that element. This adds nothing to the game other than forcing you to swap Skylanders, because if it wasn't for this, then you would never feel any need to do so. When you do defeat enemies, you grab a random token from this pile, and these can contain the element tokens, power-ups that only serve the purpose of increasing your damage or letting you move extra spaces, and keys, which allow you to automatically defeat an enemy or open a gate. This entire game is just 20 minutes of rolling a die and hoping you get lucky, and that's it. There is no strategy involved, and it simply just isn't really fun to play. There isn't anything interesting to this game other than the fact that it has a Skylanders theme. It isn't fun.
No! We are the champions, my friends. Shut up. So, Skylanders Island Quest was a bit of a disappointment. It wasn't that fun, to be honest. But luckily, we do have a different and better game to play, and that is Skylanders Block and Blast.
Skylanders Block and Blast isn't as much of a board game as it is just a fun little toy. You set up Chaos' minions on this platform, and it has handles that allow you to move them back and forth with the goal of protecting Chaos. Probably. See, I bought this at the thrift store, and the instructions were missing. These enemies do have point values on them, but I have no idea how the scoring system actually works.
Doesn't matter, because it's fun.
You take this cannon, and you can use it to shoot down the minions of Chaos, and eventually Chaos himself. It's just a fun toy to mess around with, and I recommend picking this one up if you see it at the thrift store. I just had a lot more fun with it than Island Quest.
Oh no, he died! Oh no, he died!
Wait, over there, wait.
Yeah, Simpsons slippers. Every video ever made needs to have a pair of Simpsons slippers in it, or it's not good enough.
Most videos aren't good.
Yeah. 17, 16, number. Oh, you did it! So, those were the Skylanders board games. One was good, one was bad, but I had fun playing both of them. And what else should I say?
Subscribe and watch the Spider Dude.
Subscribe and watch the Spider Dude!
Yeah, you're using that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're using that.
You don't get a shout out.
No, I just got one, and you're gonna put that in
Here,
there.
cut this out. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Until you get
Fun to
Abraham
stay
Lincoln.
at the YMCA.
Oh my God.
You can do some things
Yeah.
at the YMCA, like kill all of our residents.